Where should you turn for an emergency? In an emergency, where should you turn for cash? Now, this is not a very difficult question to answer, but I was quite stunned by the number of people who did not know the correct answer. The place where most people turn to is mutual funds, because some mutual fund agent or an RM or some friend has said that withdrawal is very easy. Now, this is a feature of the mutual fund. The withdrawal is very easy. It does not mean you should withdraw only from your mutual fund. That's what people interpret it as. If I say this is easy and this is difficult, people choose the easy one, not the correct one, right? So in a class of a BCom class, if I go and tell them CA is difficult, 50% dropout happens then itself. They say, oh, it's difficult, we should not do it, we are not capable, right? So that is what the choice which people make. Now here was a person with 3 or 4 endowment insurance plans. He had a bank fixed deposit and he wanted a small emergency amount. It was not a very big amount. And where did he go to? Lo and behold, he went to mutual funds. Luckily for him, the markets are in good shape, so it's not a bad time to be removing money from a mutual fund anyway, because you need it. No, I'm not saying you should remove because the market is high, but when you need money and the market is high, equity fund is a good place to go to. So he had gone to a mutual fund and withdrawn the money, and I asked him, how did you decide? He said, no, my agent told me that it is very easy to withdraw from a mutual fund. So I went there. So I said, did you do it online? He said, no, the office is very near my house. So I went there. I said, how did you decide how much to withdraw? He said, no, I had money in an ELSS scheme, and whatever I could withdraw above, which was more than 3 years old, I withdrew. So here is a person, let's say he required 30,000, doesn't really matter how much he required, but he withdrew 90,000 because he could withdraw 90,000 from his ELSS account, which was more than 3 years old. And because when he went there, they said, he asked, how much can I withdraw? Obviously, they didn't know how much he could withdraw, or rather they didn't know how much he needed to withdraw. They obviously didn't ask him how much he needed. So the girl sitting at the counter or the boy sitting at the counter looked at the account and said, oh, you can withdraw 90,000 rupees. So immediately he filled up a form and he withdrew 90,000. He needed only 30, and the other 60 was sleeping in a savings bank account. Now this is something very funny, because when you would go to a savings bank account, suppose you have 2 lakhs lying in your savings bank account and you need 30,000. Do you withdraw 2 lakhs because the whole thing can be withdrawn? Technically it is. So technically it is withdrawable. Why would you not withdraw? You don't withdraw just because you can withdraw. You withdraw as per your need. But in the mutual fund, he thought that, oh, I can withdraw means I must withdraw. So I think this is, I would not do things like what should you do if you need money in an emergency, but let's put it this way. If you have money in your savings bank account, I don't think there's an emergency, you will anyway withdraw. I don't think you will need to ask anybody. The second place from where you can withdraw is obviously your life insurance policies, because your life insurance policies could have accumulated some value, and it could be a ULIP or an endowment plan. If you are a ULIP, again you are allowed to withdraw. I mean, for example, I have a 17-year ULIP policy, good policy. I put in the next amount and it has become at least 2.5x, which is very good by any standards. It's a very low cost ULIP, and obviously now it is cheaper than being in the mutual fund, because the risk cover has gone down dramatically, because the policy age, it's a 30-year policy, started in 2004, so till 2034 I can be paying the premium. Technically I may stop paying the premium after some time, and the life insurance amount is now ceased. So it's not really very expensive for me, and I took it long back. So sorry, I'm digressing. So whether it is a ULIP from where you can withdraw, or you can withdraw from a regular endowment plan, yes, to that extent, in case of a death, the claim amount will be reduced. But please remember that the amount that is withdrawn need not be repaid or anything, whether it's a ULIP. And in the classic endowment, you pay interest, but your interest rate could be as low as 9%. It does not get cheaper than that, because even if you were to go and take a personal loan or a loan against shares, I'm convinced you would pay slightly more than that. You will not pay less than that. So that is the second one. The third one is, of course, surrendering the life insurance policy, saying it's 17 years old, I've got another 3 years to go, so let me just surrender the policy and take the full money. If you're not, but please do your excess homework, whether it is worth borrowing, whether it is surrendering, or whether it is making it fully paid up. A 17-year-old policy, suppose you're paying annual premium of 1 lakh, then you just stop paying the premium for the next 3 years. That will also put some cash into your hand, right? Borrowing money to pay insurance premium on which you're getting 4.5-5% return is absolutely ridiculous, but people do it. The other thing is, you could take loan against your shares, which is slightly more expensive, but then it means your shares stay with you. Selling your shares is also not a bad idea, but yeah. But if you have bank fixed deposits, which I said is the step one, is if you have money in your savings bank account or in your bank fixed deposit, those are the best places to go to. It should be the first places to go to. The other possibility is, some companies have a emergency fund, which is a nice concept, which I liked, where up to 2 years, 2 months CTC you can take as a loan temporarily, which is deducted from your salary after 2-3 months. So first you take in, say, January, the deductions start sometime in April, but yes, that money is available to you tax free, largely meant so that it should not be misused. Sorry, I didn't mean tax free, I meant interest free. So it is meant only for meeting emergencies, though technically people can withdraw that money, keep money in a bank fixed deposit, and hope to earn that extra money, but that's not the purpose, right? So you can have your own emergency fund, you can have a parental emergency funds. Let's say your parents are well off and they have an emergency fund. You turn to them and say, can I have a loan? May I borrow some money from you, and I promise I'll repay in 6 months, right? You can take my loans from your life insurance policies. You can take loan from your credit card. If you are very confident that you will be able to repay the loan in the next 45 days, go and withdraw money from your ATM card. I think my ATM allows me, my credit card allows me about 1 lakh of cash withdrawal, and that's very comprehensive, because I have 1 lakh of cash withdrawal on my credit card and 1 lakh of cash withdrawal on my debit card, which is my ATM card. So if I have 1 lakh in my account, then I can avail of 2 lakhs of emergency cash, and I don't think people will really need much more than that, right? This is an absolute emergency cash. Slightly, then you're not very sure that you will be able to repay, then you go and withdraw from your provident fund or from your insurance policies, or in a worst case scenario from your mutual fund. Mutual fund should not be the first go-to option, simply because it is easy to withdraw. In life insurance, it's not so simple. You have to go there, you have to give proof, they'll ask you why you want it, they'll ask you 1,000 questions, then they'll try upselling something to you, right? They will do all that stuff. You don't want all that stuff. You want it very simple. So maybe your employer runs an emergency fund, your parents run an emergency fund. I know one parent who runs an emergency fund for 3 of his sons and daughter. He has told them, whenever you require up to 5 lakhs, come to me. I have bank deposits worth 20-25 lakhs, so I can always break it. He's kept it all in multiples of 5 lakhs. So he said, anything up to 5 lakhs, if you want, come here, take the loan, no questions asked. I will not even ask you how you will repay. So if you have some such facility available from your parents, your husband's parents, wife's parents, anybody, and a lot of senior citizens would be sitting on a lot of cash and kept at very inefficient rates in banks, right? So if you have any such availability, take all that. Take a credit card loan if you're confident that you will repay before the credit cycle gets over. These are all ways to do it. In a worst case scenario, after all this, if you've tried all this, you've exhausted, then go to a mutual fund and withdraw. Don't go to a mutual fund and withdraw on day one, simply because it is easier to handle than an insurance company, or maybe some other ways where, like a fund from where you can raise money, because this is easier. It should not be the way to do it. The way to do it is, if it is easy, find out why it is easy, and but don't take that route until you have exhausted other routes. Thank you.